Do not worry, there is nothing wrong with your calendar or your computer or your brain. Yes, we are here again. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And look at the weather outside. The weather is beautiful today. I don't know why. We are having the most glorious day. The weather is lovely. However, apparently, we are going to get some snow this weekend. On Sunday, we might be getting a flurry of snow. And, as you know, I love snow very much. I like it when it's falling, and I love walking around in the snow as well. Here we go then. Yes, there it is, the view outside the window right now. It's a beautiful day, very sunny, although it is quite cold outside right now. It still feels as if winter is in the air. Here we go then. Yes, it is English Addict, an extra fix, but with a little surprise, because today there is not one live stream, but two. And this is the first one, coming to you live from the birthplace of the English language, which just happens to be, oh my goodness, England. Are you surprised? I think you might be rather surprised, quite shocked even, perhaps amazed. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy today? I hope you're feeling good. I'm not too bad, thank you very much. Thank you for asking, by the way. I like your care and attention. Thank you very much for your lovely emails concerning my live streams. And yes, today we are live again, and I thought I would do something different today. Of course, there are some changes taking place here in England. You may have heard me mention them on Sunday. Some of the restrictions, in fact, most of them, are now being dropped. So you can, from today, go into a shop without your mask. You don't have to wear your mask in enclosed spaces. All of the isolation rules are starting to change as well. They are starting to be altered. So lots of things happening, lots of changes happening. Some people think it's a good idea, and some people think it's not a very good idea. Amongst all the other things that people are talking about at the moment. And yes, before you ask, that is live behind me, looking out of my studio window. You can see today it's sunny, it's not warm. In fact, it's freezing. It's only around 3, maybe 4 degrees, 4 Celsius today. And we might be getting some snow this weekend as well. I have to be honest with you, I do feel a little excited about that, to be honest, because I love snow so much. So this is something different today. I sometimes do live streams on Wednesday, but this one is different because today there is not just one, there are 2 live streams. So this one is going out now from 2 p.m. UK time, and there will be a second live stream later today at 10 p.m. UK time. So remember those times. 2 p.m. is now, of course, we are live now, and then later on I will be with you at 10 p.m. and we have a special guest tonight, a very special guest coming into the studio, a mystery guest. I wonder if you can guess who it is. A mystery guest, someone will be joining us here live later on tonight when we do our second live stream, which will be at 10 p.m. UK time. So we are here. Yes, it is something a little different for this week as we approach the end of January. For those wondering who I am, maybe you are thinking, who is that strange man staring at me from my computer screen? Well, my name is Duncan. I talk about the English language. You might say that I am an English addict, amongst other things that people call me from time to time. It's okay, I don't mind. So I love English, I teach English, I talk about English, and that is what we are doing today. But it's not just me. It's not only me. We also have you as well on the live chat. So you are more than welcome to get in touch through the live chat as well. Yes, we have made it to the middle of the week without blowing ourselves up. Almost. Yes, it's Wednesday. It is lovely to be with you on this bright and sunny Wednesday. It's beautiful here. I know some places are having rather bad weather. Some places are having terrible weather. A lot of places have had snow, even places that don't normally have snow across Greece. The beaches have been covered with snow. And I believe also, I think it was last week, there was also a large desert area that had snow. It was snowing in the desert last week. So if you are at the moment looking out of your window at the snow, I am a little bit jealous, to be honest. I do feel rather jealous that you have snow and we don't. However, we might be getting some snow this weekend. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you stay safe, stay warm, and stay happy, because that's the most important thing of all, to be honest. I would like to ask you a question. Do you like to keep something? If, for example, maybe you have an old phone or maybe an old television that you've had for many years, and suddenly it develops a problem. It has a slight problem, something that means that it doesn't work very well. What do you do in that situation? Do you throw it away and buy a new one, or do you try to fix it? And that is something that I've decided to do. I have a couple of watches. As you know, I have my lovely watch that Mr. Steve bought for me. But I also have two other watches as well. So this is one of my other watches. Sadly, it doesn't work anymore. It has stopped working. And this is another watch that I've had for many years. I had this watch in, I think it was around 1997. Mr. Steve bought this watch for me many years ago. But as you can see, it also does not work. So both of these watches don't work. However, I am going to fix them, because the problem with these watches is simple. The batteries inside have stopped working because the power has run out. So there is no power in the batteries. The batteries that power these watches no longer have any power. They are flat. The batteries are flat. So, what I'm going to do over the next couple of days, I'm going to open these watches, open the backs, and I'm going to put some new batteries in them. And then I will have 2 extra watches that I can wear when I'm going out or when I'm here with you on the live stream. And the best thing of all, they will work. So at the moment, they don't work, they don't function, because the batteries no longer work, because there is no power in them. However, instead of throwing them away, instead of putting them in a drawer and forgetting about them, I've decided to fix them. So sometimes it is possible to fix things that appear to be broken, that appear to no longer work. However, it is possible to do it. So what about you? Do you like to fix things? Do you like to renew or renovate or make something that is old, or maybe something that is broken? Maybe you can fix it or repair it. So that is one of the questions we are asking today. Hello to the live chat. I can't forget about you. I cannot forget that you are there, because without you, there would be none of this. So the only reason why I come here is to talk to you. You are the reason why I do this. Hello to the live chat. I wonder who was first today. Oh, very interesting. It would appear that we have a new champion. A new champion with the fast finger. Congratulations once again to Euphonium. Guess what? Euphonium 888. You are first on the live chat. Very, very good. Now behind me, as I mentioned a few moments ago, behind me there is a live view. And if you look closely, you will see there are lots of birds flying around behind me. And just before I started today's live stream, I had a beautiful sight behind me. A beautiful bird of prey was flying around behind where I'm standing now. So the view behind me was showing some lovely moments of nature. However, of course, now I've started doing my live stream, now I'm on, the bird has disappeared. So there was a beautiful buzzard flying around behind me just before I started the live stream. But of course now it's gone. So keep a lookout. You might see some wonderful moments of nature behind me. Of course, you can also see the traffic on the roads. You might see the occasional white fan as well. If you see a white fan, don't forget, you have to open your window and you have to shout as loud as you can, "I have just seen a white van." And your neighbours will think you've gone crazy. They really will. Congratulations also, Mosen. You are here as well. You were second today on the live chat. Also, we have Sandra Gonzalez is here again. And hello, Vitas. Vitas, it would appear that you have a new rival. Rival. I like that word. When we describe someone as a rival, it means a person who is competing against them. So I think euphonium is your new rival with the fast finger on the live chat. I think so. So hello Vitas, nice to see you here as well. Also we have Zudzika, we have Beatrice, we have Christina is here as well. So nice to see you here. Claudia. Hello, Claudia. Thank you very much for joining me today. Just before I did my live stream today, just before I started, I was actually in the bathroom cleaning my teeth. And I managed, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a stain on my shirt. Can you see that? Can you see the stain? There is a stain on my shirt. Where is it? There it is. And that is the toothpaste. Some of the toothpaste came out of my mouth and it went down the front of my shirt. So you might notice there is a little stain on my t-shirt today. And that is toothpaste, proving that I am still taking care of my lovely teeth. Hello, Maroots. Hello also, Zachary. Hello, Zachary. Ahmed, hello to you as well. Duong Dai is here. Hello to you. I believe you are watching in Vietnam. Am I right? I think you are. Hello also to... Oh, interesting. Hello to Luis Mendez. Is here today. Hello, Luis. I hope you are having a good time. We might be taking a look at some of the sights of Paris a little bit later on. I have some lovely videos that I've found to show you, so we might be taking a little trip to Paris if we have time. And also we are talking about words that end with A, T, E. All of that coming a little bit later on. Of course, today I've decided to do 2 live streams, and also my voice has decided to be rather annoying. For those missing Mr. Steve, don't worry. There might be a little bit of Mr. Steve coming later on. I wonder who the mystery guest will be later on. Can you guess who it will be? Well, there was a clue for those who aren't sure who the mystery guest will be later on. Yes, we are here live twice. Your ears did not deceive you. Twice today we will be here. Hello to... Oh, we have Palmyra. Hello, Palmyra, who says, Mr. Duncan, your watches, your old watches, look like souvenirs. They look like something from the past. Well, this particular watch was given to me on my birthday many years ago in, I think it was 1997. 1997, I think it was. And at the time, I was actually in Malaysia. And Mr. Steve gave me this lovely watch on my birthday when we were both in Malaysia. And the strange thing is, this watch was also made in Malaysia. It says on the back, made in Malaysia. So I've had this for a very long time, nearly over 20 years. 20 years, 22, 23 years I've had this. Although at the moment it's not working, but I hope that I will be able to fix this very soon. And also my other watch. These watches are quite old. I've had this one for around 8 years, 9 years. And this one I've had for around about 20, 23, maybe even 24 years I've had this watch. A very long time indeed. We will be looking at that later on. Also, words ending with A, T, E, which is what we will be doing in a few moments. Hello, Sue Cat. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Hello, Sue Cat. I haven't seen you for ages. One of our very regular viewers who I haven't seen for a long time. So welcome back, Sue Cat. It's great to see you, even though your connection is not very good. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. As long as you are here. I am working online from home and it is so slow. So I think you mean your connection, or maybe you mean the time. Maybe you mean that the time is going by very slowly. A lot of people are at the moment working from home, even though here in England things are about to change. Many people now are being encouraged to go back to work, and most of the rules requiring you to wear masks on your face are also going to go after today here in England. Hello, Christina, who says, I prefer the classic watch. It is very chic. So I wonder if you mean, do you mean this one, this watch, or this watch? So this is the watch that Mr. Steve bought a couple of years ago for my birthday. And this is the watch that I bought a few years ago when I needed a watch. And this watch is the one that Mr. Steve bought for me many years ago in the late 1990s. But I am going to fix them. We are talking about that a little bit later on. Hello also to Olga. Hello, Olga. Another one of my regular viewers. If it is your first time here, if it is your first time, I don't know why my voice is not working well today. I don't know why. If it is your first time, please let me know. Let me know on the live chat, please, and I will give you a special hello in return. So we have some words to look at. I thought it would be interesting today to have a little bit of English, of course. That's the reason why we're here. So we have some words connected, or words ending with A-T-E. And there you can see. So quite often when we add something to the end of a word, we will call it a suffix. Suffix is something that comes at the end of a word. And of course you can have the opposite, which is prefix or prefix, which comes at the beginning. So ate is often used at the end of a word to show a certain state, maybe a verb or maybe a noun, and sometimes an adjective as well. So that's what we're going to look at today, amongst all the other things as well. As a suffix, forming nouns and denoting a status or office. So when we talk about ate, we can talk about a suffix. And in this particular case, we are saying a suffix that forms nouns denoting status or office. For example, doctorate. So doctorate shows your position. It shows that you have a certain qualification and, because of that, a certain ability. Here's another one. As a suffix, ate can form verbs denoting an action. For example, hallucinate. If you hallucinate, it means you are seeing things that aren't there. We say that you hallucinate. So in this particular word, we are using a verb. So you can see already there are some different uses of these words. Also, when we talk about ate, well, originally, did you know, originally forms were based on existing past participle adjectives ending in atus. So you can see that over the years those things have changed. But they were later extended to any Latin verb ending in r and to French verbs ending in er. So when you look at the French language, you will often find many states or many type of verbs or even nouns will end in ER. However, over the years, we have changed that in English to ATE. It will all become clear as I show you the words, so don't panic. For example, we have subjugate. Oh, I like that word, subjugate. Even though it is not a positive word, it is actually quite a negative word. So subjugate is a verb meaning conquer, vanquish, subdue, defeat, and overpower. So to subjugate is to make people obey your rule or your command. So you conquer a certain place. Maybe you conquer a certain country or a place or an area. You cause the people there to be under your rule. You subjugate. So the people who you subjugate become your subjects. And that would be the noun that you would use. So you subjugate people and then they become your subjects, the people you rule over. Adjudicate. Now this is a very interesting word. It's also not very easy to say. Adjudicate. There are a lot of syllables in that word. Adjudicate. And this, once again, is a verb meaning give a ruling or arbitrate or sit in judgment, referee, and judge. So you are deciding something. To adjudicate is to make a decision. You are deciding something. You are making a decision. You are giving a ruling. Maybe you are adjudicating or you adjudicate a match, a football match. In that case, we can describe the person doing that as a referee. They referee the match. So in that particular sense, the word referee can be used as both a noun and a verb. Here's another one, another word ending in ATE. Remonstrate. Again, another interesting word, remonstrate. Remonstrate. To argue, object, protest, squabble, and bicker. So remonstrate means all of those things. It is a verb. Quite often, maybe you argue with someone. Maybe you object to something that is happening. You feel strongly about that thing. So maybe one person thinks one thing. Maybe their opinion is something. But you decide to remonstrate. You decide to argue or object. You protest. You squabble. It is a form of disagreement. Alleviate. Alleviate. To alleviate something, once again, we are using a verb, which means ease, lessen, improve, or lighten. So to make something better, to make something less painful, you are alleviating something. To alleviate is to ease, lessen. And by that we mean to make something less than it is already. So you might alleviate someone's pain. You make their pain ease away. You make it lessen, to become less. Here's another word. Activate. Once again, we have a verb, which means make active, set in motion, set off, turn on, trigger, start, and stimulate. To activate something, to set something in motion. You begin something. You take something that is not active and you activate it. To activate something. Maybe you activate your computer. Maybe you activate an electrical device. You switch it on. You start it. Here is a word that is very negative, a word that is rather negative and quite often has a negative meaning. Segregate. To segregate. We are talking, of course, about segregation. Segregation, which is the noun that describes the action of segregating. To segregate as a verb means to separate, to isolate, keep apart, set apart, or set aside. So we often hear the word segregate used when we are dividing a group of people, or maybe people who we feel should not be together. You segregate a group of people. You segregate a community. So that can mean the whole community is put in a different place, or the community itself is divided. So it can be used in many different ways. Here is another one. This is something you might do in the office. Maybe you have lots of paperwork that needs sorting out. To collate. Collate. If you collate, then once again we are using this as a verb to mean collect, gather, assemble, pool. Oh, Mr. Duncan, we did not realise that the word pool could be used as a verb. Yes, to bring something together, to bring people together, to bring things together is pool. You bring them together. To bring together and pull together. You are all joining together to do something, to carry out a certain thing, a certain activity. Collate. Collate. I like that word actually, because it sounds a little bit like collect. And they are, of course, connected in that sense. Here's another one. Maybe if you go to church, maybe if you gather in a certain place with other people, you will congregate. Congregate. To congregate as a verb means gather together. Assemble. Collect. Meet. Mass. Flock. I like that one, because that one normally is used to describe a group of animals, such as sheep. So a flock of sheep. Flock. Together. So you can use that word as a noun and also a verb. So a flock of sheep. Flock. Together. We can also say that they congregate. They meet. They assemble. They come together. So there's an interesting word, congregate. All of the locals in Much Wenlock will congregate at the local church on Sunday. Except me, I won't be there. Here's another one, another word ending with A-T-E. Another verb, berate. Oh, Mr. Duncan, a very interesting word. We've never heard that word before. To berate someone is to rebuke, tell off, shout at, criticise, slate, or scold. So maybe a person that you want to give a warning to, or maybe a person who has done something wrong against you. You rebuke them. You tell them off. You shout at them. You criticise them. You slate them. Again, another interesting word. We use the word slate as a noun, but also we can use it as a verb as well. You will slate someone. You will berate them. You will scold them. You will give them a piece of your mind. Oh, now I know what you're going to say. Mr. Duncan, that is an interesting word. I'm sure a lot of men will be looking at this word and they will see that word, but they will read it incorrectly. Now that is not prostate. If you are a man of a certain age, the word prostate is probably one you are very familiar with. It is a part of the body, the male body, that quite often goes wrong as you get older. However, this particular word is not that word. It is prostrate. So this is not prostate. This particular word is actually prostrate. Prostrate. So first of all, we can use it as an adjective to mean face down, lying flat, or spread out on the ground. So we can describe something we see visually, and we can see that it is prostrate. It is lying down. It is face down. Maybe a person has collapsed, and now you can see that they are face down on the ground. They are lying flat. They are prostrate. Also, guess what? We can also use prostrate as a verb, which means to lie flat. So in this particular situation, we are using this as an action. You lie flat. You lie face down. You fall face down. So if you fall flat onto your face, we can say that you prostrate yourself. You lie down, quite often flat on your face. Or, of course, you might just fall flat. You prostrate yourself. It's a very interesting word, that. Here's another one. Oh, now this is a positive one. We've had some negative words today, but here is a lovely positive word. Very positive. Celebrate. To celebrate. To have fun. As a verb, you rejoice. You have fun. You have a good time. You party. You enjoy. Or you commemorate. So to celebrate something quite often means to remember something. Maybe you celebrate a person's birthday. You celebrate their birthday. You are remembering their birthday, but also you are enjoying the moment as well. Celebrate. You have a celebration, which is the noun. Celebrate. You celebrate your wedding anniversary. You celebrate your birthday. You celebrate your engagement to another person. Ooh, very nice. So, as a verb, rejoice, have fun, have a good time, party, enjoy, and commemorate can all be used. And the word you can use is celebrate. Maybe you have a birthday party at number 10 Downing Street. Perhaps you are the Prime Minister of this country. Oh dear. Enough of that, I think. Enough of that. Oh, here's a negative word. I don't want to have negative words today because there is enough negativity. However, we do have to have some. And this one is annihilate. Annihilate. To annihilate as a verb means to wipe out, destroy, obliterate, extinguish, eradicate, and exterminate. Annihilate. Quite a powerful word, that one, to be honest. A very powerful word. Annihilate. Here's another word. Hesitate. Quite often when you have to make a decision or you have to do something, sometimes you might be unsure. You might be indecisive. You might waver. You might falter. You might vacillate. Oh, Mr. Duncan. That's an interesting word. I've never heard that one before. Or you might dither. Dither. So all of these words are verbs and they can all be used as synonyms of hesitate. Something you are unsure about. Something you do not feel comfortable doing. You might hesitate before you do it. You might think about what you are about to do. You feel unsure. You feel indecisive. You cannot make a decision. You hesitate. Here's another word. Maybe this is a word you've never heard before. Another verb. Confabulate. It is a word. It is a real word that exists in English. Confabulate means to talk, speak, chat, have a conversation, have a talk, have a discussion, and discourse. So when we talk about discourse, we are saying that two people or a group of people have a conversation. They are talking. They are communicating with each other. They confabulate. I like that word. So perhaps, I don't know, maybe it's the first time you've heard that word. And now we have one last one before we move on. Confiscate. Oh, yes. If you are in your classroom, you are sitting in class and the teacher is standing at the front of the classroom talking, just like I am now. Maybe you will get something out of your pocket or maybe out of your desk, maybe your phone, maybe something you want to look at. You are looking at your phone. And then suddenly the teacher sees that you are playing with your phone. They come over and they confiscate your phone. They take the phone away. To confiscate is to take away or remove. You take possession. You sequester. You seize and impound. So maybe something that belongs to you, but it has been taken away, or the action of taking something off a person. You confiscate that particular thing. Maybe something that you are not supposed to bring into another country. You might have that thing confiscated from you. To confiscate is to take something away. You take something off a person. Something that is forbidden or not allowed. So there they are. Words that begin or end, should I say, with ATE can also be converted quite often into nouns. However, you will not have ATE at the end. So quite often it is used to describe or to define the occasional adjective or verbs. Always remember that. Quite often there will be verbs. Oh, very interesting. Yes. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Palmyra. Thank you also, Angela, for your lovely messages on the live chat. Nice to see you here, by the way. I know this is different, and I know this is a little bit different today because I'm not always here on Wednesday, but I will be here not once, but twice today. I'm actually here twice today. Thank you to Vedpal. Hello, Vedpal. I don't recognise your name. Is it your first time here? If it is your first time here on the live chat, please let me know, and I would be very happy to say hello to you, maybe even give you a round of applause. Now, if you've been watching our live streams over the past few weeks, you will know we have been talking about something very special. Meeting up, meeting together. This is something that has happened on YouTube and with YouTube and the people on YouTube for many years. So quite often people will join together, they will meet up, they will get together, and they will see each other face to face. This is something we have been talking about over the past 2 or 3 weeks, myself and also Mr. Steve, and you as well. So we are hoping at some point in the future we can actually meet up, we can actually get together, we can actually join together and see each other for real, face to face. And one of the places that we are thinking about at the moment as meeting up, a place we would all like to meet up in or at, is a place I've been to before with Mr. Steve. A very romantic place. A lovely place called Paris. I hope you enjoyed that. A few sights of a place that I hope we will be able to meet up in. Maybe this year, perhaps this year, or maybe next year. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you will join me later on because we have another live stream coming. I will be going in a few moments, but don't worry because I am back with you tonight. UK time, tonight, 10 p.m. UK time is when I'm with you next. So not just one live stream, but two live streams today. So I really hope you will be able to join me for that later on as well. I know a lot of people love the music to that particular video. The Jazz in Paris music is the actual name of the music, and I think it is available on YouTube. If you actually search for it, I think you can actually find it on YouTube as well. Hello to, now we've had some new viewers on here today, which I'm always interested in, to be honest. Hello to Forest Leprechaun. I love your name, by the way. Hello from Russia. A big hello, Russia. At the moment, a lot of people talking about Russia at the moment. Hello, Angela. Excuse me. Google sometimes changes my words and I don't always see it in time. Oh, I see. Maybe you are using the translation, or maybe sometimes you are putting it through your computer to check for grammar. This does happen. It happens quite a lot on your telephone. Have you ever done that? You try to type something on your telephone, but the phone will change the spelling, or in some cases it will change the word completely, and you actually have the wrong word. And if you don't look carefully, you can actually send the messages with the wrong word, and sometimes the word can be rather naughty. Hello, Nessa. Hello, Nessa, who is watching now, but also is asking how many people will be watching tonight. I don't know. I have a feeling that there will be lots of people in South America watching, because later on, when I am on again at 10 p.m. UK time, it is also a little bit later in South America. So it's always worth remembering. In South America, they are behind our time. And if you are watching in Asia, then you are normally ahead of our time. So that's the reason why. Thank you very much for your company. I will be going soon. We are talking about recycling. Now, when we talk about recycling, this is something we are talking about later. When we talk about that, we often think of things like plastic bottles or things that we throw away normally. However, sometimes you can take something that is old or broken and you can turn it into something else. Quite often people will do that. Or, of course, you can repair something. And that is what we are talking about later on. We are going to talk about repairing, fixing, making things as new, or making something work again. So something that was broken is suddenly working again. For example, my lovely watch, which has been broken for quite a long time, almost 2 years this has been broken. So I am going to try and fix this later on today. So that is one of the things we are talking about tonight. We are also talking about another form of, I suppose you would say, destruction. Buildings. Are there any buildings near you, or maybe a famous building that for many years you have loved, But then suddenly the local authority decides to demolish the building. Has that ever happened? We'll be talking about that later on as well. I am going in a moment. Angela says, no, Mr. Duncan, I am not naughty with my words. Okay, I believe you. I believe everything you say there. So no problem, no problem. I trust you. I know that not everyone will be able to join later on, but I hope you will if you can. I hope you will join me later because we are going to do another live stream. We are having 2 live streams today because I can and I want to, and I hope you will join me then. 10 p.m. UK time is when I'm back with you. Yes, I know not everyone will be able to actually join, but I hope you will later on. We have a special guest later as well joining us. Do you know who it is? Can you guess who is joining us later on the live chat tonight? A very special guest. We have booked this person specially for you. So they will be here in the studio live later on today. But I wonder if you can guess who it might be. Will tonight's lesson be different from this one? Asks Christina. Yes, it will. It will be very different. It will be very different. It will not be the same lesson. It will be a different lesson with different words. I will be here, but Mr. Steve, who may or may not be here. So just because I've said Mr. Steve, you already know that tonight's lesson will be very different, because whenever Mr. Steve arrives, whenever Mr. Steve joins in with the live chat, you know that things become quite crazy. So I hope you will join us later on. Tomek. Oh, hello, Tomek. I didn't see you here. Oh, when did you sneak in? Interesting. Hello, Tomek. Will it be Boris Johnson? I'm not sure, although there is a good chance that he might be out of a job soon. So perhaps he could come here and host this with me. He could be here because he might not have a job soon. We will have to wait and see. Bogdan says, yes, you will have to make a cake for him and then maybe he will come. Well, I will say that there is a party, so we can have a party here later on, and I'm pretty sure that we will be able to tempt Boris Johnson to join us later, I wonder. Thank you for your company. I am going in a moment because I am only here for 1 hour, but I will be back with you later from 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Can you believe it? Will I be able to stay awake is the question, I wonder. Anyway, I hope you will join me later. I am going now. And I will see you at 10 p.m. UK time later on. Of course, things will be different behind me. There will be no view later on from the window because it will be dark. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put behind me because there will be no view because it will be night time when I come back. Thank you very much for your company. See you later and enjoy the rest of your day. This does feel very strange, to be honest. Before I go, would you like to see Mr. Steve ordering coffee at a French cafe? Would you like to see that? Okay, here it is very quickly. There is no sound, unfortunately. So there is Mr. Steve, and we were sitting at Montmartre outside a little cafe. And if you look very closely, you can see Mr. Steve preparing to receive the coffee. And he looks a little anxious. So what he actually wants to do is pay for the coffee. But the waiter says, no, you don't pay for it now, you pay for it later. And then he walks away. And that's it. What an amazing way to end today's live stream. I hope you enjoyed that. Mr. Steve ordering coffee. Thank you very much for your company. See you later. Take care. And of course, until the next time we meet here, which I hope will be 10 o'clock UK time, 10 p.m. UK time, later on today. And of course, if not, I will see you again next Sunday. So tonight, 10 p.m. or next Sunday, either way, I look forward to seeing you right here. And of course, until the next time we meet, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Thanks for joining me, and ta-ta for now.